Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so you friends see it. Thank you.
Maxine Waters just attacked Melania Trump. Suddenly everyone saw what's wrong with her. Donald Trump loves to use Twitter to attack his opponents, but he has nothing on Maxine Waters. Her Twitter timeline is a collection of hate and fake news, almost all of which centers on Trump. This week, Mad Maxine decided to attack Trump's marriage. In the tweet, Waters claims that Melania can't trust Trump. The implication is pretty clear. She's calling Trump a cheater. Like much of what Waters says, there is no actual evidence to back up her claims, but her supporters don't mind. If they cared about facts, they wouldn't be fans of Waters in the first place. Thankfully, even Democrat leadership seems to be put off by Waters' antics. But maybe we're being too hard on Auntie Maxine. After all, she's the best example of leftist hysteria we have. And the poor woman is clearly jealous that Melania is in the White House. So let's share her latest attack against the Trumps. That way, everyone can see how desperate and crazy the left have become. Right before UN speech, Trump dropped a little surprise right on Kim's doorstep. One day before President Trump visited the UN to pressure the international body to put more sanctions on North Korea and call for other reforms, the US, Japan, and South Korea conducted a huge show of force on the Korean peninsula. 14 bombers and fighters were sent over the Korean peninsula on Sunday in response to increasing belligerence from North Korea. The Pentagon sent 2 Air Force B-1B bombers and 4 Marine Corps F-35B fighters in a coordinated flight with 4 South Korean F-15K fights and 4 F-2 Japanese fighters, according to the Washington Post. The planes used live bombs in a training ground in South Korea, only dozens of miles from the border with North Korea. Some of the planes also flew in formation over the closest major island to the Korean peninsula, near Kyushu, Japan. U.S. Ambassador to the UN Nikki Haley, along with several other top Trump administration officials, has repeatedly warned North Korea that military options will be considered if the country continues to escalate hostilities in the region, saying in an interview with CNN on Sunday. If North Korea keeps on with this reckless behavior, if the United States has to defend itself or defend its allies in any way, North Korea will be destroyed. This most recent display of force, using live bombs with our 2 closest allies in the region, sends a strong message to Kim Jong-un: we mean what we say, and we will defend world peace against this despotic nuclear regime at all and any cost. Check out President Trump's UN speech here. Illegal aliens crash Nancy Pelosi's press conference, suddenly all hell breaks loose. A group of illegal aliens calling themselves the Immigration Liberation Movement attacked House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi, DCA, on Monday. They warned the Democratic Party not to sell us out. The group shouted down Rep. Pelosi, who couldn't maintain control of the meeting. They unfurled a banner calling for all illegal aliens to be legalized. Other people held up signs saying, "Fight for all 11 million illegal aliens in the US." Here is what they chanted. We remember all too well how for 8 years the Democrats laid siege to our communities, raiding and deporting nearly 3 million people, of our family members and loved ones. Where was your resistance then? Ms. Pelosi, did you think we would forget? We send a clear message to our fellow undocumented youth and community: we are the resistance to Trump, not the Democrats. The activists chanted brow power. In a show of intersectionality solidarity among left-wing groups. You met with Trump, and you call that resistance? They shouted. This is amazing. The left's policies are starting to backfire on them. Share this everywhere if you are tired of the Nancy Pelosi and the left lying. Get this out there and ruin them for their failed policies. They dug themselves into the grave of illegal immigration and now it is starting to get back at them. Thanks for reading. Moments after Sean Spicer went on the Emmys, he sent a special message that Trump needs to see. Ever since Sean Spicer showed up at the Emmys award show last night, everyone has been wondering, whose side is he on? Well, luckily we finally have an answer direct from Spicer himself. In an interview with the New York Times done almost immediately after his surprise appearance, Spicer said he was 100% absolutely not there to make fun of President Trump. The reporter asked Sean Spicer if he thought the president would take offense to the skit, to which he answered, "I certainly hope not. This was an attempt to poke a little fun at myself and add a little bit of levity to the event. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with a little humor every now and again. Hell, I thought Spicer showing up was the only funny part of the whole show. The rest was just hate-filled and mean-spirited." So now we know for sure that the former press secretary has not turned on us or his old boss. That's good news. Let's make sure his message gets shared all over the place until Trump himself reads it. After bashing Trump the entire time, the entire Emmys just got terrible news. Hollywood hasn't gotten the message apparently. It was another night of Trump bashing at the Emmy Awards on Sunday. This was the most political Emmys in recent memory. Here is Stephen Colbert's full attack on Trump. Don't watch it. It's disgusting. See the crazy thing that happened below to the Emmys. More Americans watched Sunday Night Football than the Emmys. Big surprise. According to The Hollywood Reporter, nobody watched the Emmys though. Adjustments could put the total audience ahead of the previous year's low, but the 8.2 overnight rating among metered market households is down another 2% from the previous year. That means that the final tally for the 2017 Emmys, hosted by Stephen Colbert on CBS, is on track to slip below the 11.3 million viewers, and a mere 2.8 rating among adults 18 to 49, that tuned in during 2016. These people are totally obsessed with him. Share this if you will never watch the Emmys again. It's damn disgusting that all they can do is make it out about Trump. We need to send them a message. Get this everywhere. Lol. Nobody watches the frickin' Emmys anymore. Kellyanne bites back. What she said about the Emmys is driving Hollywood insane. White House counselor Kellyanne Conway has been previewing Trump's performance in front of the United Nations and said that it would be awesome. It was. She repeated Trump's message and said that he would promote peace, sovereignty, and accountability. She then took apart the lame-ass Emmys. It is the sameness, Conway told the Fox and Friends host of the Emmy ceremonies focus on Trump. They got plucked and polished and some of them didn't eat for 2 months, all for what? To sound the same. She then said that celebrities should be entitled to their opinion. Conway did praise Sean Spicer and made fun of himself as the former of White House press secretary. Conway had this to say of Spicer. He is a man of good humor. This is something that folks in Hollywood often lack, which is introspection and good humor, she said. Share this everywhere if you agree with Kellyanne and didn't watch the crappy Emmys. Thanks for reading, y'all. Clinton's private emails released, see how she tried colluding with Putin inside. New emails from Hillary Clinton's time as Secretary of State have just been released, and one of them might shatter the Russian collusion story once and for all. Shortly after Clinton was appointed to the head of the State Department, the failed presidential candidate began to use her influence to raise funds for the Clinton Foundation. This isn't surprising. After all, she didn't get the nickname Crooked Hillary for nothing. But the individuals she targeted are surprising. Among the world leaders Clinton solicited for money was Vladimir Putin. According to the Daily Wire, Clinton Foundation Director of Foreign Policy Emmy Ratings invited Putin and several other prominent members of the Russian government to a gala being hosted by Clinton's charitable foundation. This may not be shocking at face value, considering Clinton's role required her to work with the Kremlin, but the Clinton Foundation is completely separate from state business. Or it should be. Clinton has long been accused of using the foundation as a way to personally profit from her public role. If you paid money, you got Clinton's attention. If not, you were ignored. Clinton has accused the Trump campaign of collusion with the Russian government for almost a year now. Meanwhile, she excused her own dealings with the Kremlin because they were done on official business. But this development blows that narrative up completely. Her involvement with the Kremlin wasn't limited to the State Department. She was dealing with them privately and asking them for cash. And Trump was the one who was colluding? Yeah, right.